Hey guys, Big Ed L here, and today I've got again a ZVT for you with the double proxy hatch. Today I will be playing against Grunt, our red Terran in the bottom right, and I really think that Grunt had the best response I've seen so far to what I did, but it's pretty hard to stop it fully because the base is all the way over here and there's so much creep spread. But I think he did a good job. But I'm going to come in here really early with my first drone and try and kill this barracks building SCV. Terrans never really expect you to come in with a drone, so I get the kill, get a massive delay on the barracks of like 6 seconds, and the drone continues to run around. Hatch as soon as you can. I should put on the production tab. Keep making drones, make that hatch once you can, and then they're gonna just right click an SCV on your drone. So again, what you have to do is you got to do this little move where you let them hit you and they stop for a second, and that gives you enough space to be able to go and build a hatchery. This hatchery is, of course, the decoy hatchery to just distract them, and hopefully they commit a bunch of stuff to stopping it, like pulling a bunch of SUVs or building a bunker or something. And mostly it's supposed to be to stop them from scouting this hatchery, which is the one that's supposed to kill them. Take some gases after the pool, and he's already pulled 3 SCVs. This is good. This is very good because this isn't supposed to do anything. So any resources he puts into stopping it is exactly what this is here for. So that's good. I like to send in the Overlord, see what's going on, see if there's anything outside of vision that he's doing to prevent it, like a bunch of bunkers or something. And then you get the queens. So he's going to go double racks and then factory before expanding. So that's really good against this, what I'm doing. A slower expand with a lot more, yeah, even double barracks, double factory. Yeah, this is going to be just a lot of units and not a greedy command center that I can punish. But I don't know that, obviously, so we're continuing on with the normal build some spine crawlers, get the queen out so we can start spreading creep, get the queen out back here as well. He builds his 4 marines, comes out and kills this initial overlord, and just sends the first 4 marines across the map. What an absolute mad lad. Um, Making 2 more Reapers after this. I've never been hit by this attack before. He literally made 4 Marines, sent it across the map, and then made 2 more Reapers to join up with it. The Marines killed 2 Overlords on the way across. We start the creep spreading towards the gnat here, and doesn't send anything else with it. Throws down a gnat, gets some tech lab and a reactor with 4 Marines go in, and the Reapers go into the main to kill some probes. These 2 Reapers are gonna do what they can, get as many kills as they can. The Marines are still on the low ground, so they're not much of an issue. And then the Queen's gonna do whatever she can to finally get these damn Reapers away. I'm surprised this SUV doesn't throw down a bunker. I feel like that would secure this kill, since you already have 3 Marines over here. Meanwhile, something died when it ran into these roaches, so he now knows that this is coming. But that was his first inkling of it about a second ago. The broodlings are going to go ahead and almost kill 3 Marines, but only end up getting 2 of them. And now the push is almost here, is essentially here. So I'm going to start knocking down this depot. He of course has a tech lab factory, so he's going to make a tank. The roaches aren't on it immediately, and there's SCVs to both fight and repair, so they're not going to be able to stop the tank. And a tank this early, when I don't have enough Ravagers to stop it, is essentially just gonna stop this rush pretty dead in its tracks. Normally the momentum comes from, at this point, having 3 Ravagers to one-shot the tank and then keep the push going. But since I don't have that, and there's another tank out and mine's protecting, I'm gonna have to back off, put the spines farther back, spread creep around, and I'm gonna have to turn this into a macro game at this point because I'm not gonna be able to just push in and kill him when he's just making tank mine. If I'm gonna make Ravagers, so we move stuff back. I'm gonna use this roach to clear out the Marines that were left over here, and I'm just gonna send everything back because I mean, this is lost. He's just making a bunch of tanks. I'm gonna continue to spread creep though to the corners to make him burn as many scans as I can. Um, and now when he comes down here, if he tries to set up, I still have Ravagers right over here, and so come over here. The tank's not siege, so we're just gonna bile the mine, keep moving the spore back because that's most of my anti-air. Fighting a tank, I can't really kill it with this because it's not sieging up. Turn all of these guys into Ravagers. Really, I only like Ravagers up here because I just want to be able to keep biling tanks. And see, he's going to scan to kill these group tumors, but he's not even going to be able to kill all of them before the scan runs out. So then he's going to have to use another scan. Meanwhile, we're going to come in with the Ravagers, stay outside of that tank range, but make sure that we get the kill on it. And if I can just keep getting these tanks, it's fine. I can keep him from expanding. I can expand myself, make drones, and if I can just keep coming on in here and getting these snipes, this might still work out. Another tank falls, going in, just picking them off one at a time. Units lost is still worse for me, but as long as I can keep this tank count low and keep him on one base, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, he's just pumping out the tanks. Just keep making them. It'll work eventually. I'm amazed he doesn't move up these mines. Again, Ravagers come up, triple bile another tank. He scans some more, trying to get all of the creep tumors. Still isn't able to get them all. Finally, just does the what's it called? The friendly fire with the Hellion. That's cute. But still, not all of them are dead. Keep spreading creep. Sieges up another tank in range. Come back in, triple bile that one too. And I'm keeping his tank count low. He's only got one tank. Honestly, I don't. Could I bile this tank as well? Yeah. I guess I'm just out of roaches. I don't know how I don't go up here and kill him right now. Oh, another tank. That's probably how. And these mines up here. The mines plus these would be rough. But yeah, there's no more roaches coming, which is an issue. But this Ravager comes up, biles this tank, and is able to secure another tank kill. The spines move back up. Make some more spines and spore crawlers to hold the front. We should be looking pretty good here. Looks like we might reestablish the front if we're able to get some more Ravagers up here. But I'm not building any Ravagers right now, which is a major flaw. I don't have any gas for Ravagers, but maybe I should have taken gases earlier. And because I don't already have a spore crawler up, this Banshee is going to kill all of the spines, and now that there's no spines, the Cyclone's going to kill the spore. So I should have come up here a couple seconds earlier, and I might have been able to hold this. If I had had some Ravagers here, I would have been able to hold this. But it's not looking great right now. He's ahead on supply and mech. He still hasn't taken a natural, which is not great, obviously, but he does something that I think more people should do when they play against this. He makes a Raven instead of just spending infinite scans. And with all that running into the meat grinder, I do not have a lot of supply. I've made a bunch of evos and spores and spines to protect myself. Definitely too many spores. Yeah, I don't know why I made so many spores. Um, guess I thought he was gonna make more banshees, but he finally just gets out a raven and is able to clear all of the creep surrounding his base, which is very convenient. Goes over here to finally kill this hatchery that was the cause of all this strife, and then backs away in case of retribution. Um, Back over here, I'm thinking if I can just make hydras, if I can just get 1-1 and hydra upgrades and make a bunch of hydras, I'll be fine because I'm on 3 bases compared to him. I don't need to worry about this. I can backspread creep with this queen left here, and I'll be totally fine. He's got a bunch of tanks. I don't really want to walk into a bunch of tanks. I'll let him chill. I'm pretty confident I can out macro him at this point, despite the fact that I had lower supply a second ago. Now that I'm done building a bunch of buildings and just making hydras, it's shooting on up. And so he goes and is continuing to try and kill that. I still have this queen over here, and she's not going to be able to walk all the way back, so just continue to backspread creep. He's going to get a couple more command centers going on. This is 4 command centers, not 5 commanders. 4 command centers to support 2 bases. Nice mule efficiency there. I guess mules can mine at the same time, so it doesn't matter. Again, spread creep everywhere you can, no matter if they have a raven or not. It still wastes their time. And especially out here, it's just more vision for you. So now I'm going to make a lurker den and the infestation pit. I like to go just mass lurker at this point. If they break out, I just go into a macro hydra and then make lurkers behind it and try and re-establish a contain. I think maybe the better way to do it is to just go Roach Corruptor into Broodlord Infestor, because with such an economic advantage, if you just go Broodlord Infestor and take somewhat good trades, you should be good. In this, though, we're just going to go Hydras. Got 1-1, now getting 2-2. I don't think he has any upgrades. No upgrades for him. And I'm just going to keep clearing creep with the squad here. This Spore Crawler almost kills a Raven and a Banshee, but not quite. The Hydra Roach force is going to come in and see if it can get a snipe on those, but not quite fast enough. And I'm holding him on 3 bases. I've got creep on both of the other bases. I can see if he's going to go anywhere, making infestors, making more hydras. I would probably want to throw down 2 more bases and maybe a spire just in case, get some more gas going. But I'm going to instead see that there are tanks out in the open over here and go ahead and jump on those, because exposed tanks are always something I would like to kill. And then smash these roaches, Banshee, the Raven, anything over here. Easy money. And now I feel confident. After killing those 2 tanks, I'm going to roll on in here, get another tank, and another tank, and then maybe get that tank too. 3 tanks, but there are still 3 tanks, so, didn't quite get everything. Not a terrible trade though, I still have more money, so it doesn't really matter. Units lost, only slightly worse for me, despite me probably mining a lot more with all the bases that I have. But he's still making those tanks. Tanks are a good unit. Getting +1 on his armory and getting another armory so he can get double mech upgrades. And now here's, I think, a crucial moment. where I have a lot of hydras. I've got 12 hydras, but I I see that there is, well, I think this is what it is. I didn't see that there was a base here. Despite this getting attacked, I wasn't paying attention. Because if I was, I should have just come down here and smashed this base and not allowed him to get a third. That's kind of like the whole power of this style of macro game is you just contain them really hard on a few bases. But I'm not paying attention right now, apparently. So we don't stop him, and he's going to make a command center wall with the tank behind it. Go ahead and make some turrets up here. Still got his tank line, but that's fine. I finally achieved creep connection from the main creep in my base to the creep that I made in my proxy. He's gonna go ahead, realign his siege tanks to make the most fortified position possible, and send out some Hellions for a run by. And I feel for this guy. There's not a whole lot of attacking you can do. You can only really do these run bys because, I mean, where are you supposed to? You can't do a mech move out. You're gonna get smashed, and you can't hide the mech move out. There's creep everywhere, so you're gonna be seen. Um, Now, finally, all of those static defenses I got earlier finally coming in to kill these Hellions with some kind of speed. Finally, remember to get the other Hydra upgrade and Lurker upgrade, and now we're gonna get Aspire because with the setup that I think he has, I think I'm gonna need to go Broodlords because I don't want to just run Hydra like Roach Hydra Lurker into a bunch of tanks and have them all die. And if you make Broodlords, you can just kill them. And if you get Neural with your Infestors, you can Neural the Thors, which are the only things that can really counter Broodlords. I try and move that over there, and I see this. This is definitely not something I'm planning on running all of my Hydras into. So we're just going to sit here. We're going to finally make some more Lurkers. And I'm thinking I just need to, like, secure an area. Um, Actually, I was watching Cats play Clem, and he did Lurker drops. And that looked really cool. So I was going to just run in here, but I sent in a Hydra, saw a bunch of tanks. Wasn't really thinking of, I'm going to do that. And was thinking about doing some Lurker drops all over his bases. Because actually, I hope this is the game where I did Lurker drops. Because I've been doing this build, like, just constantly on the ladder to practice it and see all the different things you can do with it. It's really a fun build because you can just keep him in the corner, make him play super defensively like this, and as long as you don't do a stupid attack like into right here, you can totally dictate the pace of the game. Yeah, so this is the Lurker Drop game. I'm gonna send a bunch of Overlords over here, turn those into Dropper Lords, and then I wanted to drop a Lurker into the back of every mineral line. Since he's only got one Raven and limited scans, that I thought would tax him quite a bit. So we're gonna wait for these to be done, fill them up, and then fill the rest up with lings. I'm going to send all the lings just into the production, and then each of the overlords with lurkers directly into the back of a mineral line. The three with lings are just going to fly straight in because there's nothing to stop them. This one's going to fly into a shit ton of Thors and get blapped. This one's going to fly into a shit ton of Thors and get blapped. This one's going to fly into a shit ton of Thors and almost get blapped, but is going to be able to make it in. And all the lings are going to ransack the main while two lurkers hold the top of the ramp. And all of the hydras come in. Oh my god, was that all of the hydras? Oh my god, what did I do? Hold on. We gotta rewatch that. Did I just watch? Did I just a move literally all of my Hydras to their death? Because I think that's what I planned on doing while I attacked those other places. Yeah. So I fly all those dropper lords in the thoughts that I might be able to multi prong here, and then we run a bunch of Hydras and some lurkers into tanks, and they die because that's what happens when you run Hydras into tanks. So that's not great. Despite my Lings ransacking the main right now, that was a god awful trade. Uh, about 2 to 1 now after that. But we're still ahead on supply. We're going to keep making more stuff. I'm thinking after that attack, definitely going to need Broodlords because that was awful. We're going to make Hydras right now so I don't just die in case he tries to walk across the map because obviously I can't do shit to mech armies based off of that last engagement. Look over here again. Still, that's a fuck no area right there. And we're gonna just chill. We're just gonna chill. We don't need to attack him. I've got way more bases. He's still got 4 bases, which is spooky, but I've got plenty. I'm gonna make 15 more drones. We're gonna get up to a stupid drone count. Get some Broodlord Infestor going. If I can get those Neurals on the Thors, it's not gonna matter. If I can get enough Broodlords up to just do a stupid wave, and I've got the Hydras all ready to protect them while I'm getting that all together. Uh, the He's gonna build some missile turrets that are going to destroy all of the dropper lords that dared try and drop Dirty Zerg into his base. Oh, I can't click on the critter? That's so tragic. Never mind. I was gonna see what that was called. The critters in all the different StarCraft games have different names, and I have no idea what that one's called. It just looks like a dog. Yeah, some kind of like dog thing. Very strange. Again, more Hellion run bys. Always the thing to do when you play mech, because you're gonna have a bunch of Hellions, so you might as well multi-prong with them. Again, uber defensive setup along the whole line for his 4 bases, but who cares? I don't need to attack into it. Like I said, we're just gonna chill, keep macroing up, make sure I have a Hydra Ball that can defend any attacks if he comes on to creep, and get a good surround on him, get the Infestors with some energy. I don't get Neural Parasite yet, which is a bit of a problem. But I'm getting more Infestors, getting more drones. He sends more of these Hellions up here into the corner, and despite my spine crawlers, they find an angle in which they cannot be hit and start messing them up. Looks like my Hydras learned that there is a shit ton of tanks over here, and thus this is not the place to run into. We're going to make some lurkers so that I can have a staging area for when I make my Broodlords. So we're going to morph the lurkers here and then morph some Broodlords. These freaking Hellions are still going to just be eating up all of the drones back here, so I'm going to move the Spine Crawler to actually be able to fight them. Finally starts doing that. I bet he moves. I don't think there's... Wow, there's still a spot where they can't be hit. That's crazy. But yeah, so now we got the Lurkers, we got Hydras, we got Infestors. I'm about to make some Broodlords. We're going to set up the Lurkers so we can't get attacked. And he comes on out with all of his mech army while I'm still morphing the Broodlords. And the Hydras are going to try and fight off this spot, this just part in the top. I really thought I could win the fight up there just against a couple of Thors, but the Hydras get fucking smashed, and then I have to cancel all the Broods because there's nothing to support them anymore. And it's bad news bears from here. Despite only being at 2-2 versus 3-3, they just not even, yeah, 2-1 versus 3-3. they just messed those Hydras up. And now, I mean, that's shitty. The only thing I can think to do now is make Broodlord Corruptor or Broodlord Infestor Ling, because I need to have something that can kill these tanks and Thors. The Lings aren't going to be great against these, but the Broodlords can kill those. So we're just going to keep making Broodlords. I already was making 1-1 on them before that fight where I lost all of the Hydras and wasn't able to morph the Broodlords. And now I don't have any Lurkers. I don't have any Hydra support. All I got are Lings. I got some Corruptors and I got some Broodlords. The Lings are going to run in, get totally eviscerated by the Blue Flame Hellbats. I don't really have enough Broodlords to kill these Thors before the Thors just take out their big guns and finally start blasting through everything. Even with the Corruptors distracting them momentarily, they're just going to keep blasting the Thors. Ooh, I got a couple Broodlords, so I might be able to micro out of this. Just keep attacking. I'm like, okay, yeah, I think this is enough Broodlords to finally be able to kill this army, which is good. And with this army just being tanks, that's not going to be able to do anything. Shit ton of Hellbats come up to the top right and kill. Oh, that's going to be so many drones. Oh, that's going to be bad. Oh, I didn't even see this. I was trying to kill these tanks with Lings, but in the meantime, Hellbats walk in and totally just barbecue the whole place up here. Oh no. Oh yeah, all the drones. Meanwhile, Lings try and run in and kill that column of tanks only to just not do anything up against the Thor tank. And then the Thors are finally just going to pound back all of the Broodlords. And with that, with all those drones dying, with Broodlords dying, and all the Lings dead, I'm not going to be able to do anything at that point. So that's going to be an L for me. There's a lot of little things I think I could have done to win that, but wanted to keep y'all on your toes. Make sure you know that I will post losses. That way you don't think that it's always going to be a win. Hope y'all enjoyed. Thought this was a pretty cool long game. I really enjoy watching Zerg just die to mech trying to attack it. I like it a lot more when I'm the Terran player, but I can appreciate it both ways. And this guy did good. This guy really, like, that, especially that last attack. If he hadn't attacked before those Broodlords morphed, it would have been really rough. I think I might have been able to win if I had just had Neural Parasite, but that's not what happened. He was able to take the dub, so GG to him. Hope y'all enjoyed that. If you are still listening to me talk, then please comment, rate, subscribe, and tell me what your favorite color is in the comments. Love y'all. See you later.